Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is the Valhalla Pickle, and today we are finally, after almost 500 hours on the save, working on our very first train project. But why has it taken us 500 hours to do something a lot of people do within the first 50? Well, I said that I wasn't really going to be working much with trains in this playthrough, and I clearly meant it. However, I've decided that trains will look pretty nice in this one particular project that we are doing over here in the coal district, where we've also built our Fixmas factory. If you've missed the last couple of live streams, you might be wondering what the heck am I on about. So let me very quickly show you. First of all, let me just switch screens. There we go. So the way that this is working so far, so over here we've got our little coal power plant. Well, there's about 200 generators in total. Then in this direction we have our Fixmas facility, and I'll give you guys a very quick little tour. Again, I have showed this in the last 4, maybe 5 live streams now. Welcome Vinod, hope that you're doing good. I'm not doing too bad, thank you for asking. I'm doing okay. Yeah, here's our Fixmas factory, far from done by the way, and the layout is pretty self-explanatory. Trees around the outside, factory parts in the middle, then down here at the very end we have got a little open garden with a bit of vegetation because I just wanted to include it. And then on top of here we have our train. Now for our Fixmas factory we are going to be needing iron and copper. Unfortunately there isn't any in this particular biome. What's this biome called again? There's a very certain name that this biome has and I can never remember it. It's irrelevant, but basically, if you guys have ever been next to the Rocky Deserts, you've probably been here because this is where all the coal is. That's why I've chosen this for my coal power plant, obviously. So the iron and copper, I believe, are somewhere over here. But I do very quickly want to double check. What's the button? Is it V? There we go. I want to try and mark out where this thing actually is. The Crater Lakes, that's the one. Because I was thinking Blue Crater Lake, but that's nowhere near here. Okay, so there we have our iron. And the last one that we need is copper. I have calculated the amount of resources that I need, and I believe it's 300 copper, then 450 iron. Okay, they're right next to each other. That's actually not too bad at all. Let me just mark both of them down there, then I'll make sure I'll highlight one of these as well. Yeah, the Blue Crater Lake, yeah. Which is not there. Somewhere down here. I haven't actually been there so far in this playthrough, which is good, because I don't really like going down there. It's too far away. I don't really want to go down there. But yeah, okay, so the 2 blueprints I want to try and make today are very simple. First of all, when our rail comes through this building, I want it to be attached to the ceiling, because I think that'll look quite nice. But then when we're actually outside of this particular build, I want there to be some sort of pillar coming up from the ground, and that's going to be it. It's going to be really, really simple, and that's completely intentional. If it ends up being complicated, then that's just my fault then, isn't it? Here we go. In fact, I might actually move you down here a little bit, just in case. Slightly better. So the first thing that I've got to try and figure out is the distance between the ceiling and where I want the actual rail to be. Nice. So if I zoom that out there like so, and grab this. 17. Am I happy with that? It seems about right, because you'll be there. Yeah, okay, 17. Great. Okay. We can work with that. I haven't necessarily... Actually, the last thing I've got to try and figure out is the height of the train as well. But the last thing I want to do is take away from the actual look of the train. And I don't want to build where the train would be going, because that just wouldn't look very nice. I think it would still work. I just don't want it to look disastrous. There we go. Can I maybe do this? There we go. We'll say 9 in total. Yeah. Okay. Let's try it. taking a short break from Satisfactory, playing some other games, mainly because the next project would be very boring. It'd just be spamming up blueprints, yeah. Sometimes I do that as well before a big project. I'll take a break, make sure that I'm saving up my excitement, and then when the time is right, I make my grand return. Right, so I think the way that we're going to try and do this is like follows. I'm going to place that down there, then maybe get a big pillar? I think that would be fine. Yep. There we go, lovely. Now, you're not actually going to snap properly, are you? No. So the best way to overcome this little problem is by removing that and that. And plopping down one of these here. And then one of these over here as well. Brilliant. Okay. Lovely. I don't know why, but for my second monitor, I only get a maximum of 15 frames per second. Which is quite annoying. I want to have a decent sized gap here. I'll do this. Make sure they're all definitely going straight. And then get rid of that, get rid of that. I suppose I should actually bring up to here, shouldn't I? Yes. That would make a bit more sense. Rather than it, for whatever reason, just hanging over the side. Okay. Yeah, how's everyone doing today, by the way? Whether you're watching live or on demand, it's nice to see everyone tuning in. I don't know if we're still shadow banned, but we'll see. Because that's the very bottom of it now done. The train would go there. Unfortunately, I can't actually place it down, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. Now we go up by 17. Lovely. So yeah, the ceiling then is going to be here. I'm going to pop this down just for now so I get a rough understanding of where I want this project to actually take place. First things first, let's go on to... I suppose we can start with architecture. Get a big concrete pillar like so, maybe? Make sure that you're definitely in line, so the middle should be here. Like so. Okay. Then bring you down. Are you definitely in the middle here as well? No, I don't think so. That should be the middle. It's good from that side. Good from that side. Okay, because it's... Yeah, this is definitely the middle. So how is this actually going to work? Obviously, I know roughly what I want to try and do. But I don't know the exacts of what I'm doing. No pressure, of course. Just double checking here if I go into my locomotive. Great, so you're nowhere near touching that, which is kind of what I wanted there. I could get rid of this. There's no reason why it should still be there. And straight back down to architecture. I have also improved the bit rate of the stream, by the way. So have you guys noticed a little bit of a visual difference between this stream and the last couple? I've upped it from 6,000 bit rates to 14,000. So there should be a much better quality, but I don't know if that only impacts videos rather than videos and streams. That's why I'm asking there for that one. I suppose I'll look afterwards, after the stream's over, so I can see for myself if it's much better. Yeah. Hopefully it should be a little bit better. Okay, so I think I somehow want you to go out a little bit. I think. In fact, what if I was to have this? Like so. Not too noticeable? Okay. I mean, I could try and increase it again, but I mean, if it's not noticeable now, it won't be later either. Oh well. Okay, I don't know why I'm yawning already. You're just able to squeeze through that. Although, why are you a different colour? That's the colour I wanted you to be. It's definitely a different colour. Maybe not, I don't know. Either way, this has the potential to look decent. That little gap there's a shame, but it has to be there. In fact, what if I just did this? That's where the ceiling's going to be, actually. So if I have to bring you down by a little bit like that. Just experimenting here. There's no concrete answer just yet. There's a lot of concrete, but no concrete answer. No, I knew that was going to happen. There we go. Lovely. Welcome, Ducking Ducks. Hope that you're doing well today. The cargo carts too, they might be bigger. I think these should be a little bit smaller, hopefully. Yeah, they're about the same sort of size. They do just about fit through. I wouldn't mind if the gap was slightly bigger, but... Because at least this way there's no gaps, so I'd rather that, if I'm honest. We'll see, but yeah, again, we can always change if we have to. I'll then just come straight down like so. Same with you. Nothing there, good. So what the plan's going to be for this then is to remove that. And can I potentially try and add some signs into here? Yes. How far down can I bring you? As far as I can. Okay, I might have to remove this just for now. Even further down than that, really? Yes. Okay, brilliant. Same thing here with you. And then same thing with you. Although, do I have to? Let's see. It's going to be a pretty tight fit. But I think it'll be fine. We'll turn this on very quickly. Because yet again, the second I started the episode, it's now night outside. As always. As always. Okay, so first things first here with you lot. Layout, change you to text only, remove the text 3, glossy, color, last one, orange, select color, exit, bam. And now you have a nice looking color in the space of, what was that, 10 seconds? I think you're a little bit too big though, aren't you? I mean, it works. Actually, I quite like that, so maybe I'll keep it. Oh, I can't actually get around there. Nice. Okay, that should be bang on in the center. It is. Okay, so that's that bit now done. I do want to try and save this very quickly. In fact, what did I call the last blueprint I made? Fix int 001. Okay. Fixmus interior 001. Okay, good. And then I selected the tree, but what tree did I select? Was it that one? Guess we're gonna find out. I knew it was a tree. It was the wrong... Okay, I chose the wrong tree. Overwrite it. There we go. Brilliant. You should get Sky UI because it seems you're getting mad about the night sky. All I said was, it's night again. If you think that's me getting mad, then you must live a very peaceful life. That's all I must say. Okay. Now what I want to try and do is position you in the right spot, preferably. You should be the correct level. Lining up with that, yes. You in the middle? You're not. There we go. So we'll do one there. If I can somehow line these up, there we go. Right there. And by hand, all I have to do is just this. Which of course it won't work, because that would be cringe if it did. Right. What I will do then is this. I'm probably one off in the... Oh, I didn't fill that in either. That's fine. Ooh, what should I do with this one? Actually, that works. Although you are one too low. Again. Okay. That's fine. In fact, I think what I'll do then is this. That's actually completely fine. Because that gives me the opportunity to do this. Select this again. Get rid of that. And now what I want to try and do is this. I was actually thinking about this, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work. But it will. Go into wall. There we go. Brilliant. I don't think I'm actually going to put the red in here. There's no point. Because I just have to keep on deleting it if I have to do that. So I'll just leave it for now. Okay, the next thing that I want to try and do then is go back onto organization. And when it comes to these next lights, in fact, let me try and think about this. There's lots of orange right now, isn't there? I think if we were to have some purple, that would look quite interesting, just to break the orange and the... Well, orange. Let's try that. And try and find the right location for it. Beautiful. And then you're going to get placed in between them two. In between these two. And same thing round here as well. So we're not really going to be placing that many of these lights. But it's still going to be a good enough amount for it to make a nice impact. And again, the exact same rules I do for every single one of these lights. Select the text one, remove that, 3 glossy color, and select the color that you want, which for this case will be the Fixmas one. That's fine. Right, I think what I'm actually going to do is make you a little bit more pungent. A bit darker maybe. Yes. It's better. Doesn't matter that it's placed upside down. It's annoying that it did, but it doesn't make a difference for this particular project. There we go. And this would be very visible, which is what I actually want it to be. So I'll save you. In fact, no, you're actually for the train, aren't you? Yeah. But no, you are also considered the interior for this, though, so that's fine. Then what I'm going to do is delete everything. And call you 003. The only thing I won't delete, though, is this. And there's a reason for that. I need it. Now, it's actually quite difficult for me not to delete the wrong thing here. Which is normally the reason as to why you don't build a massive blueprint designer inside of your factory. Because you might accidentally delete something that you quite like. I remember there was one season, I don't know if it was even on camera or off camera, but I built a really nice little room around my blueprint designer. But the problem was, every time I would delete things, I would just select things outside of my blueprint designer, then before you know it, I've spent the next 5 minutes replacing everything I just deleted by accident. There we go. Now, the last thing that I then want to try and do is something similar than what I've already done. Although, to be fair, now that I'm looking back at this, it's fine, but it takes up a lot of room. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. This is the most important thing that I'll most likely be making today, because this is the blueprint that I'm going to be placing a lot over the next day or two. Because tomorrow's livestream, did I make tomorrow's livestream public yet? I think I did, but I might want to push back the one that I made public for tomorrow and replace it with something else. Because I'm most likely going to spend the next couple of streams working on this particular train network. Which sounds like a lot, but it's not that bad. A sky train, yeah, well, yeah. It's basically a sky train for the inside of the building. But then when we go to the outside of the building, it was just going to be like a regular train for now. I might change it later on. It all depends on if I like it or not. Yeah, I've got one for tomorrow, okay. Because I remember I made one stream title and thumbnail titled Satisfactory 3,000 hours later. Even though I'm actually approaching 4,000 hours now. Which is crazy, but oh well. Okay, so how am I going to do this then? I think a little bit like this. Let's go to architecture. Select you. We're going to come back the full way. In fact, no you are not. We're going to come back by 1. I've thought about this design roughly in my head. I haven't gone over the exact details, but roughly I know what I want to try and get done here. The next thing that I want to try and do is go into foundations, then select this, and you are going to slightly overlap yourself, which is annoying, but I don't mind it. And the exact same design. Just like so. Brilliant, with yet again one of these here in the middle. Actually, we used a 4 meter sign, didn't we? I knew it. I knew I was about to press the wrong button and I still pressed it anyway. Beautiful. I mean, that is going to be it in its most basic form, which as you can tell is, well, basic. We're then going to go to transport. Make sure that you are placed in the right location. Oh, okay. Lovely. Because the minimum that you can place the rail is 1.5 foundations, isn't it? We found that out the hard way, what was it, yesterday or 2 days ago? I think it was 2 days ago now, when we were trying to build our little station over there. But I think that's going to be about it for that. I know it doesn't look very complicated, and it isn't supposed to be. Like I say, it's fine. Actually, one thing I do want to try and add is this. If I've even got it unlocked, I actually have no idea. There we go, I have a ladder. Is this facing the right way? Nope, it never normally does first try actually, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so now this must be facing the right way. There we go, then do it over here on this side. Beautiful. I say beautiful, it's not. It doesn't need to be. Clear that. Clear the blueprint designer. How's my hotbar looking? Or my inventory, sorry. Looking decent, I suppose. Okay, now get rid of this, because I did make a couple changes here and there. Just like so. Same thing here with all of you. Lovely. Okay, now let's go back to where we literally just were. Starting off with... What is you again? You're... Oh, right, you're that. Okay. In that case... 7, 8, 9. Let's do it. You're in the right location. That should then line up with... this. It looks good to me. And up here... Okay, then hopefully now, this... If it wanted to snap, there we go. Now line up perfectly with that. It does everything, it's great, everything looks fine. I would be lying if I said it looks great, but it's fine. Okay, so you've decided just to come a little bit low. For a bit of a laugh, that's fine. So I'll have to redo that. I could add lights underneath here, I suppose. I don't really want to. Maybe one thing I do want to try and add is... No. This. So I think that looks a bit interesting. Either way, these have to go. Yeah, that's quite annoying, because that shouldn't be there. It's underneath the blueprint designer. Should I have known that was going to happen? I don't know. And the annoying part is, I've got no idea where they actually are, so I've got to delete every single one of them. That's annoying. Unless actually, I might be able to tell because of this. There you go. Okay. Are any of them glitching underneath the blueprint designer now? Nope. Okay. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I kind of hope so. Are you doing Fixmas? Why are you choosing that over Simmikins? Oh, I don't... Because kittens and puppies are not going to earn me points for my coupons. Whereas Fixmas has been. Now we're up to almost 50 coupons now in our awesome sync. Not because of Fixmas purely, but it helps. Okay, how are you looking? I'll try and line it up with this. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Let's do it. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. But that looks pretty lined up to me. There. Push it back by a couple. Or just by one, okay. Yeah, that was always going to happen. That's fine. Oh, it's just off. Although, to be fair, I didn't actually line it up with that. That's a little bit off as well. Oh, well. Oh, wait, it's because you're off. So maybe I was actually right. Wait. Maybe you are in the correct location. Because, again, I lined that up with the center of this. So unless I built the train station in the wrong spot, which I'm pretty sure I didn't, then you should be fine. Let's double check it, shall we? Is it the end of the world if I didn't? No. Does it matter really? No. Okay. Now this looks a little bit better. Heights wise, it's good. I think let's just flop it down. As far as what I can tell, this should now be correct. That's the wrong one, absolutely. What's the date today? The 13th. Okay, so I will double check the advent calendar, or the Fixmas calendar, just to see if we have got anything new. I think, well, we do, but I don't know what it is. Guess we're going to be finding out shortly, regardless. Okay, you're fine there. Let's move you quite a far bit over. Lovely. Okay. You're again in the right spot. Brilliant. I think I want to do one more out here as well. I don't know how much of the glass I need to remove, so I'll get rid of a pretty decent chunk and see how it goes from there. Oh, welcome Josh. You managed to catch a live stream. Nice, man. Good to have you watching. We're currently trying to build our train station out of our little factory here. The non-existent factory, because I haven't actually built any machines here yet. One day. Well, hopefully sometime this week, but we'll see. Yeah, this project was supposed to be done yesterday, by the way, and I haven't actually placed down a single machine yet. Yep, that sounds about right for this channel's productivity. Brilliant. So you then go out this direction. I suppose I can still place you down here. Interesting. How do I feel about that? Actually, I don't know how I feel about that. I can bring you up to around about there, bring you up to around about here. Okay, maybe not that last one. I think then what I'll do is this. Bring you to here. Lovely. Satisfactory Christmas music in the background is nice. Oh, this is not Satisfactory. This is from Slime Rancher. It's a different game. Yo, thank you very much to Nathan for the sub. Welcome to the channel. And I hope that you enjoy your stay with us. There we go. Let's just connect all these blueprints together now. And then we'll use our little photo camera to see how this actually looks. So from down here, I think it looks fine from down here. It doesn't look... Why is it snowing indoors? But yes, it looks fine from down here. There's a couple of adjustments that we are going to be making. But I wonder how it's going to look from up here. I think it's going to end up looking quite nice. Let me just try and chuck down a train to see what it looks like. I think it should be fine. I can't imagine this being a massive problem. At least I hope not. Because I've done it now. And the good news is, because I've got both steel beams and steel pipes in my dimensional depot, or maybe not. Wait. Have I not? Take from invention. Oh, wait a minute. If I just turn that off for a quick second, I was going to say, because they're both going to my depot, it should automatically fill up again after I use them. There we go. Okay, so I do have it in my dimensional depot. Good. I was starting to get concerned. Then what I'll do is 1, 2, 3. Paint you pink. I think that would look quite nice. I think so. So the next thing that I want to try and do is if I just remove that for a sec. It's fine the way it was, but I just had an idea. Very scary, I know. Where is it? If I place you like this instead, with a light underneath it, can I do that? Okay, first of all, not really my idea, but that looks dreadful anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, I suppose you can fit a light, but I don't think it would look quite nice. No. The next idea I had was this. Which I don't necessarily mind, but I don't like how they're different here. So I think what I'm going to do, it begins with the letter B and ends in Ublint. That's right, it's a blueprint. Over here. And I promise, well, I'm not going to promise it, but this should be nice and simple. But just clear that, load in this. Nope. This. Just so I can delete it very quickly. Save this. Actually, I can't save it just yet. Yep. So, the plan here is relatively simple, believe it or not. We are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, painting all the right color as well. Then what I'm going to try and do is something. I know, crazy. Who would have thought? I'll come down by 4 meters on every side. I think something like that, isn't it? Bring it over to here. I can actually place you here, damn. And same thing here on this side. I just want to see what it's going to end up looking like. Preferably if it looks nice, that's, well, that's what we're going for. If it doesn't though, then it doesn't. I think I put everything in the right place for it. No, it's too wide. Okay. But if it wasn't too wide, how would it look? Like colors and everything. Should you have something here at the bottom? This won't look nice. I'm just seeing if it's interesting. Well, it's definitely interesting. Do I want this as well down here? I think so, yes. So what is it? 2 more weeks to Christmas? Damn. Has anyone got any interesting Christmas plans at home? I don't think I'm doing anything. At least, as far as what I'm aware, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I mean, it looks fine the way it is. The only other thing I could try and add is this, but it's massive. Yeah, that is just gigantic and makes no sense. And where do you actually go? You stop there, don't you? Okay. Interesting. So, potentially what I could do, and I'm not really sure if this is going to end up looking nice, but it is something I can do, is this. Like that. We're celebrating it soon. Oh, nice. I mean, it works, but the entire reason I wanted to do this in the first place was so that I didn't have to do these little pillars. And it takes away from that minimalistic sort of look I was looking for. Because this isn't really what I was looking for, it just works. I'm trying to think, how can I make this look a little bit nicer? I know how. Okay, this might be a really dumb thing, but you know what? I love dumb things, so here we go. It's a quarter way through the century. Oh yeah, it is, yeah. So here's my thought process. If I get rid of this, then that as well, and this. In fact, get rid of everything here. And that, and this, maybe preferably not the actual blueprint designer itself. And this. Just like so. Same with you. And now if I have some sort of... I know I just got rid of the one prior, but how would this look anyway? It looks fine. Then maybe I move you back a little bit. A little bit further forwards than that, but let's see. Perfect. You're now lined up with this. And you're pretty much going to be touching the floor now. Good. Great. Pattern-wise, I am thinking I might want to try to add a pattern here, but the only problem is I don't know how this is going to look. Yeah, that's what I was kind of fearing would happen. But I think it does look really cool, though. I might honestly just keep it. And now, is it even possible to do what I'm currently thinking of? Which, if it's something I've thought of, it's probably not possible. I want to try and place a sign pretty much right next to this sign. Oh, does that appear through there? Negative? Okay. This actually is possible. Like that. Okay. That is kind of awesome. The next thing that I then want to try and do is grab this. I know I just got rid of the one previously, but now I've changed my idea a little bit. So this could look quite nice if it's in the right spots. I don't think it can be. This is the best we're going to get it. There we go. I mean, this is the minimalistic sort of design I was looking for. Which is nice. A little bit of that there as well, sure. Not sure how that's going to look, but we'll try. Now, basically, just replicate this on that side. I think this should look a little bit better. I know it's literally just lights, but... oh well. A bit further down, perfect. Then come back around this side. Are you too high? No, you're perfect. Okay. Make sure you're aligned with this, which you never are, because of the way that I've built it. That looks good. Okay. I don't really think there's much more I want to try and add. I know, again, it's extremely basic, but that is kind of what I was going for. In some regard. I find it quite difficult sometimes to find the right balance between a minimal build and a basic build. But I suppose they do contrast and cross over a little bit. You have to go a little bit higher. You should almost be reaching the top. There. Okay. Looks quite nice from underneath there. Looks nice from here as well. Let's now save this as this. Just to see what it's going to look like. Regarding you lot, I think you have to go. I like the idea of this pillar. I've built something very similar to it before. In fact, in this current playthrough. Yeah, let's see. Why are you red? No power? Oh no, I can still move you. You're just annoying. Okay, that's fine. I have to interact with you? Oh, there you go. Now it's gone. Is that a bug or something, chat? If it's a bug, we fixed it, so... let's get blueprint mode. Now let's see what it looks like. It's a glitch that makes it red for no reason. Oh, okay. I much prefer that. The problem is now is that you're not connecting. I suppose it needs to connect. How? Do I just have you... no, actually, I can't do that. How would this look? From here, it's hardly noticeable. From down here, I would say it's... no. I have just had another thought. I know, scary stuff. If I just very quickly try and select another half of these just to come down here, how would that look? It's fine. Actually, I do quite like that. That's fine. Because then what I could do was this. Then that and that, that and that. That's fine. Again, it's very okay, which is the problem that I'm having now, is I can't actually design anything that looks nice, which is quite annoying. I don't necessarily mind having this here. So this is what I had before, which looks fine. This is what we're now changing it to. I prefer this design. I don't mind that. Maybe I'm looking into this too hard. If I was just walking around here... I think it looks fine. Okay, so how do I implement that now into a blueprint? I've got to try and somehow move all of this up by one, but I don't know if I can do that necessarily. Let me see. Just trying to figure this out. If I was to place you on top of here, would you now count as part of this blueprint? You actually would. Okay. That's good. So in that case... foundations. All the way across there. And here. Just like so. Blueprint 006. I think you're actually built in the right area. Oh no, a little bit further over. There. Okay. I don't think I want to add any lights to this bottom one. In here I could actually add something now. I don't really want to, I don't think. A hypertube cannon could be... well, just a hypertube would look fine, but I don't know if I really want to do that. How about this? Would this make it pop out a little bit more? Yeah, but no. Yes, but no. Okay. So in that case then, let's just stick to what we had previously. Nope, can't seem to do that anymore, that's fine. Would I have preferred if it just worked? Yeah, probably. That's a shame. Right, so what's the counter to this then? I don't think there is any. I think I just have to place it manually. Okay. I'm gonna change the name of this thing as well. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7. And the color here as well, which this time, at least now we know what the correct tree is. That's a nice little help. Okay. Oh, it's reset my train settings again. That's annoying. Tough. Yeah, this all has to go. Whoa, technically you can stay. Same with this. You're just out. Although you shouldn't be. You're probably all wrong then. Okay. Is this no longer recognizable as a blueprint? Okay. What? Oh, now it works. That was weird. I've never experienced that before. I couldn't delete a blueprint because apparently it wasn't a blueprint. Sure. I don't know what happened. In fact, there we go. This is the correct one. Are you in the correct space as well? I think you actually are. Okay, that's good. That was a little bit accidental, but it worked, and I didn't knock into place. Whoops, that's my bad. That looks good. Let's plop it down. Cancel that. Make it a bit lower, actually. There we go. Brilliant. So then what I did was this. Oh dear. I'll not stop yawning. I don't know why, but recently I've just been so tired constantly. Which is annoying because I feel less productive. Okay. This seems a little bit better now. Beautiful. I used to be fair, unexpectedly, but this now lines up with this perfectly, in fact. So it almost looks intentional, so that's quite nice. Almost looks intentional. Okay, so now all of this has to go. Everything here can stay. Just needs a very couple minor improvements. Even though inventory is still holding up, which is great. I do want to try and get a few machines placed down really badly. I think the one blueprint I said I was going to do was all these trees around the outside. But that's going to take a bit of a hold now until I get this train line done and that it's operational and it can just all work, which is what I'm looking forward to. Is that in the correct spot? Yes, but it's the wrong blueprint, so that's fine. There. Okie dokie, brilliant. So we did have to do a very quick redesign, but I think it looks a little bit better, so it's completely worth it in my opinion. We still have to do this one here though, which luckily, again, should just slot in like so. From the inside, it looks fine. From the outside, it looks, well, fine. Yeah. If I was just to come through here like so, size-wise, what are we looking at? No problems whatsoever. Brilliant. Now let's spend a little bit of time, by a little bit I mean like literally a few minutes, if that, just working on this. There we go. Same thing now for these ones over here, which luckily is fairly self-explanatory. It takes a little bit of time to do, but it's still basic to do, so it's alright. There we go. If I just focus on one side at a time, it might make things nice and simple. But yeah, just looking at this now from the ground point of view, and I think it still looks minimalistic, but luckily, because of that purple light, you can distinguish the actual rail from the rest of the build, because the color palette's on a very similar sort of tone. Whereas again, the little hint of purple there does separate and contrast the grey factory from the grey rail, which I quite like. Little difference that could potentially go quite a long way. Is there a gap anywhere? There was one thing I do have to try and do actually after I put in all these gaps, and that's to add in the double beam connector. Which again shouldn't take longer than a couple minutes maybe. Although we are somehow an hour into the stream. Somehow. Wow, that was quick. That was honestly, that was a very quick hour if I'm completely genuine. It definitely is an hour, yeah. Wow. An hour. Okay. So the way that this is going to work is, and I promise you, I did say this was simple, so I still think it is rather simple. If I select... What even is that? Oh yeah, I can probably get rid of that actually. There we go. This one, around about, I mean that is relatively high up actually, isn't it? But I suppose it has to be to try and clear that mountain. Let's say here. Are you going to be able to make that? Yeah. And then that's basically just going to be it. A bunch of these blueprints looping all the way around. What is this one? I don't need that either. But the thing is, I had a couple blueprints that are the exact same thing. Not only do I not want it, but I don't actually need them. Whereas these now are all different. Okay, good. So what's the actual plan here exactly? Loop around here. Bring you straight down. Because I don't think I want my rail to be actually coming through my factory, do I? What if it did? What if it somehow... Oh, if this wasn't here, man. Damn. If it somehow looped around over here and went straight into this wall. Straight into there. And then using the rail inside of the mountain, somehow glitch it around here. I don't know if that would even be possible, but if it is possible, I would like to at least try. I don't know why I want... I don't know why. Let's see. Let me just try and drag something out. Let's work our magic, right? If it doesn't work, I'm not going to have a breakdown. I probably will, but it won't be a public breakdown. There we go. So first things first, even just trying to rotate this is going to be an absolute challenge. There you go. And that instantly cuts halfway through the building. I don't think I can make it any tighter, can I? No. I think what we had before there was just the bare minimum of what I can actually try and do. Because the thing is, yeah, a train coming through here would be nice. Suppose I could bring it over here, then behind this. Would that be a bit better? The height would have to change. What's the minimum height that I can go with it? I'll say this. Let's try it. So the rail will then come around here. We'll have a massive wall there as well. I mean, that's the right sort of height. In fact, it's the exact right height. As far as I'm aware, at least. Yep, that's pretty good. Just like that. From the ground level, it might look a little bit weird, but I mean... Next question is, would it make sense? Because again, I think it would look nice, but I just don't know if it makes lots of strategical sense. What I could do is have one train going into here, then another one coming out of there, going towards our coal power plants. What would that be delivering? Coal, but I don't need more coal. It could be collecting our SAM. Then where would it be taking the SAM? And what level do I want to try and build it on? Where's the roof going to go? Am I going to build a train station inside the roof? It's more questions now. And then not to mention that's going to be off-center from that. Because I have been thinking to just completely remove this wall. I know we spent ages doing it, but I can build this exact same design somewhere else. Because the actual design isn't necessarily bad. It's just... I don't want it. Let's take a very quick picture, actually, of the thing. Stupid iPhone updates, man. Because, yeah, I'm very tempted just to get rid of this. Then get rid of that, bring it all the way back over there, get rid of that, bring it all the way back over there. I think we'll do that. Yes. Not right now, but that will be the plan. I can get rid of this for now, then eventually, yeah, all of that can just go. Okay. Let's continue you then, shall we? Bring you around somewhere. Don't know where, but you're going to go somewhere. There we go. Is that the right one? There we have it. That does seem a little bit too high, doesn't it? Oh, that's miles too high, okay. What sort of height do I want then, do you think? There? How was that? Oh, still a bit too high, apparently. That's miles too high, yeah. No. Oh, the gas. That is going to be a slight problem for us. Okay, surely that can't be too high. Good. If that was still too high, though, I don't know what I could have done. Okay. You're now just going to come in from around the back, basically. Let's go. I am going to lose power here, but that's okay. That was kind of expected. But where are you? You're currently facing this sort of direction. And now I need you to come around here. No idea how straight this is, by the way, but yep. Now, I'm actually going to try and lower you down. Pretty good chunk there. But this is where I need you to go. So, let's see. There, would that be okay? I think so. Oh, you do cut through the rock there a little bit, don't you? Oh, my jump didn't work. That's fine. I was hoping it would, but can't ask for everything. Now, I'm going to try and bring you just straight down, basically. Somehow. It's a mystery to us all how I'm going to do it. And preferably trying to keep you close to the edge here as well. How's that? No. Good. Track's too steep. Yep. That is a surprise. Wow. There we go. I'm trying to build it as steep as I can without the game essentially telling me off. How is that still too steep? Oh, no, that is, yeah. There must be an easier way to do this. How? If I try and plop you here, maybe, you can then come round there. Let's try and stick it to the sides. Maybe I start down here first, then go up. 4 meters down every 16 meters, yeah. Doesn't help that you're currently in there either. Yeah, that's really far down. That has to come up by at least 10 meters. At least. Maybe 20. Let's try a little plan there of moving this to that rock. Somewhere there. That's still too steep. It is rather steep, but come on. Okay. I can barely even see what I'm doing. Yeah, I could do that. Have a ramp of 2 meters start from somewhere up there and just put it straight down. That could be a plan. So where would I have to go? Somewhere here. Let me just get up there, man. I can't see at all what I'm doing. Like, nothing. Let me just try and get up there. Am I going to make it? Yes. Kind of. No, not good enough. There we go. Because what I can just do is if I have to move this. Not by far. Just like this. I can then do that. What do you mean it's too steep? I've brought it closer together. Okay, that's probably why then. Didn't I also lower this down by quite a bit? What's that sound? Oh, it's a summer sleep. Might as well collect it. Nothing to lose. Except for some time, but oh well. So I think I've got to move you over quite a bit in this direction now. Okay, you're pretty much touching the floor. I've lowered you down massively. And now, according to the game, it's actually made it impossible to do. Oh. So you actually needed that little corner there. That's fine. What if I try and move you back to around about here? Because the problem is, I actually need you to go in... Is it this direction? Here. Oh, it didn't... Okay. I had to double click there for the first time in the last 50 blueprints. That's fine. No, please don't connect to that. Thank you. That's why it wanted me to double click. That makes sense. Please don't. Please. Thank you. Okay, that has to connect now. Brilliant. Nice. The next one. Can I see where it has to try and go? Brilliant. So I believe if I connect this all together, it should be able to provide me with some power. I know it does cut through the trees here a little bit. I'm not going to get rid of the trees for a very temporary project. But the actual concept of doing little things like this, I actually quite like. Because I've never designed a rail system like this before. Ever. Normally whenever I do rails, I've placed it on top of a road. But now trying to have this as a bit more of like a maglev is actually an interesting idea. I think it's a little bit too steep there, but it's fine. Brilliant. Okay. Now what I'm going to try and do is use the 2-meter ramp trick, but rather than keeping the ramps there, I'm going to use the ramp for maybe like 5 or 6 times by 4, 24 meters. And then afterwards, oh, no. I did one of those blueprints that I made earlier. That's basically it, one of these. Okay. So if I was to go down by 10, which is about 20 meters, as I almost lose power. In fact, I did lose power there. There we go. Then what I do is this. No. Is this the right blueprints? No, this one. We're gonna have auto collect on, why not? Right? Yes. There we go. Then again, straight down after that. Please, thank you. Okay, this is going to work quite nicely. Just if I keep going down by 10 every single time, I'm not going to be able to actually reach the ground floor in the time that I want to get there. I am going to have to do a little bit of a loop. Or what I could do is just build the train station up in the air a little bit. That's always another possibility. Next question, how does this actually look? I can't imagine this is going to look great. Yeah, it looks as bad as I thought it would. So, is there any way I can make it look nice? Because if you just come straight down there, it is going to look a little bit weird. Let me just turn off the heating in my room very quick and then turn on the light because it's getting dark outside now already. There we go. What if I had the train station back here? That make no sense though. It would be nice, but then how do I get it from here to there? Could bring it around here. Then again, this is going to be gone, isn't it? Maybe I'll do that. Bounce my items from there to here, and build a train station there, and then a train station there. So it will literally be the shortest train station you've ever seen in your lives. But it'll be fine. Is the screen only black for you? Not sure. Does anyone else have a black screen? There shouldn't be. Can you check Twitch is working for you? It's saying the video download was cancelled. Yeah, it seems like a few of the people that are normally live this time have got black screens, so maybe Twitch is having some sort of problems? Not sure, because everyone else seems to be fine. Video download was cancelled. What download, though? Reload player. Because my Twitch chat's working. Oh, I've got to log in with some weird accounts. No, thank you. It's Twitch. Screw Twitch. I don't care. I'll only be reading YouTube chat anyway today, I think. Because normally on Twitch, I might get one real person and about 400 bots, so it's not really worth even streaming on Twitch. Massively. Okay, then we'll get rid of this wall here as well. I was going to end up finishing this wall, but now it just doesn't really seem worth it. I think I also said that I wanted to get rid of everything here, pretty much. In fact, that might make a bit more sense. Extend this glass building around here, rather than get rid of everything. But regardless, a lot is going to get removed today. There we go. Get rid of all this. Lovely. And all this here as well. Okay. So this is a good start. Sometimes it feels nice just to dismantle what you've built if you don't like the way it looks, obviously. Start over again. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I think, is bring you back there. Keep this roof pretty much intact. Regarding this floor, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with the whole layout, so I'll keep it like that just for now. And we'll start here again. Yeah, Twitch is useless. It's not a very good platform to stream on. I stream there personally because there's occasionally someone that might watch and that doesn't like watching on YouTube, so that's normally the only reason why I stream on Twitch. Is not because I like it, it's because someone else might like it instead. But for me personally, it's not worth it. I do it anyway because, again, someone might like it. Although I find the actual platform itself quite intolerable. YouTube's not too bad. I like YouTube. Is it perfect? I wouldn't say so, but it's a lot better in my opinion than Twitch. Welcome, Rob. Hope that you're doing good, man. Yeah, we are doing some train stuff. You can just about see the glitched train right there. And I'm getting rid of everything that I built here now, and the plan is to build a train station right there and have the train go all the way from here all the way to there. Yep, it's a purely aesthetic train. It is going to be delivering me items, but it's not going to be serving a wild purpose. Because it just doesn't look very nice otherwise. Trucks with liquids. Yes, for our rocket fuel factory, I do want to try and incorporate that because I think it could look quite nice. And how many bloody items did I use for this build? We're reaching the 50 limit so quickly. There we go. All of this stuff here that I missed. There's a lot of stuff here. And I'm sure I'm just going to find a random bit of wall sticking out of the cliff every now and then. That's almost guaranteed to happen. In fact, is there any right now? I don't think so. Oh, there we go. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. Looking forward to seeing it in action. Yeah, well, yeah. Hopefully it will look fine. I don't know how it's going to operate or where it's going to operate necessarily to. The plan now is to extend this building and this building's design around here. We'll see how it goes. I wasn't very happy with what I built here anyway, so it's a good excuse just to get rid of everything. Let me restart the slime rancher music. There we go. Same with you, you, and you. Lovely. And all this. Although I can't actually destroy too much of this, because I have actually got an interior for this particular build. I can destroy everything up until here. Then just redesign this particular part, which might take a little bit of time, but I don't massively care. That's a pretty fun project that I'll do one day, not today. Oh, well. No, I'm not going to do it today. There are some parts of this I have to do over the next couple of days, because it kind of ties in with the whole train fix-this thing now, but yeah. Maybe this idea of having a train was actually a really good idea. Granted, yes, it is going to take me a lot longer to build this now and finish it, because I'm having to do so much extra work that I wasn't really intending on doing, but it now means I've got a fresh purpose for this particular area, which is something I didn't have up until about 15 minutes ago. So I would reckon this is a pretty good change. Why are you not lined up? It's a bit weird, but that's fun, I think. Okay. So, the way this is going to somehow work is... Okay, well, first of all, this is an absolute mess. Make sure that you're fine. So you need to come out to here, which is a little bit in a weird position. What I can try and do, though, is, again, go into architecture and actually use this pillar for an actual good reason. And how high I want to go out with you just yet, that's good enough for now. Beautiful. What did I put here? Oh, okay, just that. You can go as high as you want for now. 1, 2. Like that. And fill in the gaps. There we go. And drag you all the way across over here. Do I want to have some big central design? I don't think so. See how time goes on. Now, you kind of line up, I think. Yeah, okay. Good. Very good. Do that. Thing is, I originally designed both of these buildings to be exactly symmetrical, but because we had a lot of landscape problems, they didn't end up being symmetrical. But now it's fine. Because well, it is and it isn't symmetrical. Now it definitely should be towards the end of the video. We'll see how things go. Do you up by one more just in case? Okay, this doesn't look like it's going to line up at all. But again, it must do. I can clearly see it isn't. No. Okay, so I think what we'll do then is build you in by 110, maybe? No, it can't be. One, 2, 7. That's 8. Oh, there's a massive gap there. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yeah, that looks kind of symmetrical. Again, I'm not actually building out this building today. I'm just trying to get a rough estimate of where things are going to try and end up going. There we go. For the roof now, can this come above here? Yes. If you line up properly, which I think you're trying to do. There we go. Well done. And again, come out here by 7. Same with you, I think? Yes. Brilliant. And that's where the roof is now going to be. That's all I was trying to do with this particular project for today. Was trying to get a rough indication of where the roof is going to end up being, which we now know should be here. Beautiful. Okay. Great. And here again, I'm going to come out by around about that much. So for a rough design of the... What word am I trying to look for here? Dimensions, there we go. The rough dimensions of this build is going to look like this. It's going to change quite a lot. We are going to have some pillars, maybe even an elevator in here somewhere. But for, again, a very rough little sketch, this is going to be okay. There's going to be quite a lot more detail added as time goes on. But for now, I don't massively care too much about it. As long as it works, I'm kind of okay with it. So where's our train going to end up coming here? Because again, we are going to go back to this little train thing now. Beans, yes. So it starts them up there. The turn's going to be difficult. I can't physically make that turn. So it's going to have to bend around a little bit, which is a lot easier said than done. A lot easier said than done. Then where's it going to travel? And at what height as well? I suppose it has to be pretty close to this, doesn't it? I'm actually unsure. I'll move it over here by little bits. Brilliant. I like the actual idea of this build. The execution, I'm not entirely sure of. Not yet, at least. You can go. If the train was to go directly above this, somewhere along the back of here, it would mean that I can't really decorate this roof any further than what I've already got, which would be a little bit of a shame. So where do I want the train station to be again? I wanted it to be down here, didn't I? Somewhere here. I know I've already got a bit of decoration around here. It's very simple to remove. Actually, I remember placing this down here now that I'm thinking about it. That was a fun day. I don't know if I did it on camera or not. I actually can't remember. Okay. So the plan is transport, railway station, here. So you're going to come in through here and then stop at a roundabout. I'd say this sort of level. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Then need one of these. Is there enough room there for what I want to try and do? Let's see. Yeah, but it would make more sense if I just turned it around. Perfect. Then I suppose instantly you have to start going up. So I'm not sure if I love how you have to just instantly go up, but oh well. What if you went through the building? Oh no, you can't go through the building because I've got a bunch of decoration over there. Man, this is actually more difficult than it looks. A lot more difficult. Yeah. I was just thinking though, what if I got rid of, okay, I know this is probably getting a bit out of hand, but if I completely got rid of this wall here, and this wall all the way down here, so all of that's gone, everything up here is fine, everything above the third level remains the exact same. I then extended everything here around, and placed the train station on top of this level right here. I then wouldn't have to go down. All I would have to do is just go straight. Okay. I think what I want to try and do now, if I want to continue with that idea, I probably will, but let's double check anyway. I want to just make sure that this is on the right sort of height. It's not too high, it's not too low. Because you're just going to go straight round here now, aren't you? Because if I was to build it on this sort of level here, this level. That would be fine. Granted, it would make the building look a bit weird maybe, but we'll have to see. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I haven't played Satisfactory since you started your last build. Now you got me having... Oh, nice. Well, I say nice. Apologies and also have fun. There we go. Yeah, it's one of those games that when you do put it down for a while, then pick it back up again, it's fun. It can be a little bit overwhelming, I find, but it's also good fun. Okay, let's make sure the height's good, then we'll go back to detailing everything. So, that's where the rail has to be. Okay. So if I was to build the train, right, apparently I'm too far away to select it. But if I was to build the train on this sort of level, again, it would be somewhere over here. Try and find out exactly where it's going to be placed. Well, not exactly, but roughly where it's going to get placed. Yeah. Just so it's still not too far back. If I can try and squeeze both of these in the actual concrete bits, that would be... Oh, I can definitely do that, yeah. Because this is the middle point right here. I'll probably go forwards by a little bit. That looks pretty good to me. Move out here by a little bit, maybe. There. Brilliant. Okay. So I think that's what we'll do then. We'll come out to a roundabout there. We have to build a platform here now. Yeah, I've really made this a bit over the top for me, haven't I? All I had to do was just keep it nice and simple, but no. And I think what I'm actually going to try and do is something. I'm going to try and do something. Because you're going to come out here. Do I have to make a blueprint for this? I suppose I do. Like, what if I only started here though, so I only took up a tiny little bit of room? Yeah. So. Or the keyboard shortcuts was confusing. It's like, oh, I did the same thing as well. I still am a little bit confused. I just button mash until eventually something actually comes up that I like. Oh yeah, that's the inventory. Oh, that's not the inventory. Oh, there we go. So the rail coming across there. Yeah, I think it would look quite nice. Coming underneath this little chimney thing. I still call it a chimney, even though it's not really, but it's a chimney in my eyes. Okay, we've got a lot to do. Believe it or not, this is going to sound crazy, I've overcomplicated things for myself, guys. I've done it. I've gone every single time. Oh well. No. I've actually made a slight improvement now to this blueprint, but oh well. We'll keep it like this for now. think it might be a little bit easier if I do this. Yes. A lot easier. Regarding resources, this is such a cheap blueprint so that I can just keep spamming it. Oh, cheers. And I think I want it to turn as close to the building as I can get it. Let's see. Firstly, regarding this. Okay, that seems a bit... Actually, I think that's fine, isn't it? Why do you seem half a foundation off? That's too low. It's like a quarter foundation off, apparently. The best looking build so far. Oh, wow. The buildings and those blueprints look really nice. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's looking fine. I think getting rid of this massive wall here was a good idea. But this makes it look a little bit more natural. I could still add something back there. In fact, now that I've built this, I technically didn't actually have to get rid of that wall, but I still think it looks nicer having that wall just gone. So if I was just to double check here. Yeah, look at that. The walls actually aren't level with each other, which is kind of weird. Hello? Blueprint that, thank you. I don't think this goes into the build, does it? Or does it? Oh yeah, it does by quite a long way actually. Okay. So what I'll do is this. So now it shouldn't be visible from the other side. It still is? Okay, right. Okay. Right. Then get rid of this over here. Then bring that back over there. Lower you down a little bit. And the plan, what I'm thinking of here at least, is just to do this. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. But I can't actually lower you to the correct level, which is, again, kind of annoying. And maybe just have this come back the entire way, like so. And preferably, I do want to have this on the same sort of level. So maybe what I can try and do is this. Then do that. But now you're off here as well. It's fine. It looks fine like that. I mean, I don't like... Yeah, it won't be easy, this. It will not be easy. How wide is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We can definitely do something nice with that. Didn't really fit in with the rest of the district. Exactly. I thought it was about time that it goes. Oh, God. If I wasn't the content creator of this channel, I would honestly just ban myself at this point. That was terrible. But it was about time that it went, so yeah, to be fair. Yeah. You're missing an opportunity to snap walkways to the station. I could do. Again, I mean, I've literally just placed down the station. There's lots I can add to it. It But yeah, we'll see as time goes on what I want to try and add to that. So I want you to... Actually, you can probably stay there, if I'm honest. What I want to try and do now with this is place down a couple more. Let's go 1, 2... Maybe I can get away with 3. Now you stick out by about 1 and a bit. Maybe I can't get away with 3. Let's see. There we go. Lovely. Make sure that you're nice and straight over there as well. Same thing here. Now, at the moment, this thing is just floating in the air. Which is... it's fine. I would rather it wasn't floating. So I think what I might try and do... Because I have actually got a blueprint for this, haven't I? Yeah, this one. And how wide is that? It's 1.5. Okay, that's a bit of a weird number there. What I'll do though is just place it in here. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Always subject to change. Except now you're not going to line up with anything either. Very common trend apparently with my builds. Yeah, look at that. You're 1/10 of a meter. What even is that? Right, let's try it from the other way then, shall we? If I just do this. At least now I know that you are going to snap, even if you are a little bit annoying. There. You should now be... No. You are now in the middle. Congratulations. I know it doesn't quite touch the foundation just yet, but just the concept of having it there is fine. We'll see. We'll see. Although I suppose you have to see now, because I have to build something. What about this? But then what would that be attached to? Nothing. What if I designed a bridge? Okay, stop. No, what if I actually did design a bridge? So I had this on one side, and on the other side with a little something going over on top. How would that look? I know it might sound ludicrous, and the reason why it might sound ludicrous is because it is ludicrous, and it's stupid. But I love a little bit of stupid and ludicrous. So let's see. So one roundabout there. Roundabout? No, no roundabouts. Let's try it. Then you're going to get placed or positioned here. Yeah, okay. No. Then with you running from here to there. I love how I got rid of the wall because it was a bit too much, and now I'm building a bridge. I'm not sure if you guys remember a video I released ages ago. I'll try and find it in just a sec. But I attempted to try and build a bridge in that video. It was a video, not a stream, by the way. And it went so unbelievably badly that I just scrapped the entire thing, I'm pretty sure. Not the video, but the bridge. This obviously isn't the final product, by the way, but let's see how we can improve on this. From a pedestrian point of view. It's not bad. I feel like one improvement is that the lights have to come all the way down to the foundation. I think you remember that. Yeah, I can try and find it. Also, by the way, thank you very much to everyone tuning into the live stream today. It's awesome having you guys watching. We just passed 400 videos as well, which is pretty crazy. No, it's videos. It was... Oh, there we go. I found it instantly. This factory uses... Oh, in fact, this is actually the exact moment I'm building the bridge. You can just about see it there in the background. I know it's about 3 pixels on your screen, so I do apologize. But I'm not going to click it because it will show an ad instantly, and I can't be arsed watching an ad, even for my own channel. I realize that's how I earn money, but I don't care. Right, so the concept, I think, is fine. I think it's fine. I don't know. I realize I'm spending a long time looking at this. I'm just trying to think what would make it better. I think one thing that might help is bending this a little bit. Maybe making it a bit wider. By that I mean adding things like this. Can't get up there though because I haven't got the power. Nice. Gosh darn it. Let me just connect these together because I'm pretty sure that will just give me power. Yeah, supports will help. That's what I'm trying to think of. There we go. So that's fine. Regarding you, I think I do want to have this come across. With no lights underneath it though, we don't need lights for this one. Only for the top. The reasoning behind that is because I don't want to have too many lights. Because I never build with lights at all. Nope, I never build with lights anywhere. Like, literally not even once in my factory. None. So, I don't want to have any lights. That's good. Yep. Yep. Then bring you up. So eventually, you're fine. Okay. Do you glitch through the floor? You don't. Wow. I'm impressed. Now, how would this look? Always use the decoupled mode, by the way, for your camera. It's really handy. That looks decent, actually. I don't mind that. Then maybe continue this up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually building a bridge. This video has, or this live stream, should I say, has gone in so many different directions. We had yesterday's live stream where I started building the interior there, and then rather than placing down any factory parts, I decided to build a cyberpunk-inspired vending machine. Yes, you've heard me say that, by the way. Yeah, a cyberpunk vending machine. Is it any surprise that I hardly get any, like, productivity accomplished on this channel? No. Did I have fun doing it? Hell freaking yes, I did. Do I regret it? Nah. Not even in the slightest. It was a good vending machine, what can I say? The best vending machine. A great vending machine. Bring you up. No. That's terrible. There we go. Same thing then with this now. The heck is that sound? Did you guys hear that static? How is that? Right, let me restart my game. Or I need to reload the save. Because that sounds awful. Well, I have no idea what's even causing that static sound. Mike. Hello? Hmm. I wonder why. I know what you mean. Is it working? On my end, it sounds fine. Why is it doing that? Let me try and unplug my mic, then replug it. Testing, testing, 1, 2. How are we doing? Is the microphone sounding any better? I don't know what that was all. I literally did absolutely nothing there. And apparently my mic started to break. I thought it was the actual game, but no, it was my mic. The audio's gone from my end, so I assume the problem's been fixed, but do let me know in the comments as always. Working now? Okay. Yeah, I literally can't tell you what that was. No idea. Sorry about that. Now let's try and drag you up. Oh, you didn't actually snap. Whoops, there we go. Lovely. So this concept seems fine. Like, I wouldn't say it's my greatest idea just yet. It looks fine. It looks okay. It feels good streaming again. I mean, I've been back now for pretty much a week. I don't know if I streamed last Saturday. I've been back now for a week, and I must say, it does feel great being back on Satisfactory as well. I've enjoyed it so far. We've built stuff. Yep, it's a week-long project. The thing is, right, Fixmas is here for a month, but having said that, I would have also liked to have continued my rocket fuel project, and we are definitely going to have time for the rocket fuel. Because if this takes longer than an extra week now, I would be very surprised. I can't imagine it taking longer than a week. Get the music back. There we go. Oh, and you're like massively overlapping, but that's fine. Grand. Okay. Beautiful. Now all I've got to try and do is just make sure that you're roughly aligned with each other. Great. So that's definitely the plan. It's to try and finish my rocket fuel power plant next. Which I know is a very similar thing to what I did in my last playthrough, but that's just the way I work through things. If I know, like, let's say for example, I build my iron factory, which is most likely what I'll be doing either straight after rocket fuel or after my aluminium facility, but most likely after rocket fuel since I've got enough aluminium now anyway. If I was to build that, it would consume so much power that the second I turn a quarter of it on, my entire power grid's going to crash. Which means I've built this entire factory in the space of 3 months, because it's probably going to take me about 3 months to build. I've got rather big plans for it. And then instantly it now doesn't work because I've got no power. So I've now got to build the rocket fuel factory as that's sitting completely idle. What's the point of me doing that? I'd rather get all my power sorted, which granted, yes, will take a while to do, but I'll be guaranteed pretty much if I build it right, and I can build enough of it, that when I turn on my iron factory or aluminium factory, any factory, when I turn it on, it's going to operate, and it's not just going to sit there being completely useless. So I think the way I do things makes sense, at least to me it does. And I won't change it personally. Unless I discover something truly breathtaking, then I'll consider it, but as of right now, no. There we go, nice little autosave there as well. I don't mind this at all. I really don't. I know I've said it twice now, but I'm surprised a little bit, if I'm honest. So I think what I want to try and do is bring you up by 5. Then see how it looks. If it looks crap, I can just change it, can't I? Then I think what I want to try and do is try and find the middle spot here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. So 17. If it was 18, it would be 8. So if I try and find the 8th, it should be the middle. Although in theory, the middle is going to be here, isn't it? In between you two. So if I was to... Yeah. How am I going to do this? Because I want to try and build something similar to this here. But without the lights, because if the lights were there, then I have to build some light thing down to here, which might not look very nice. I could just remove the lights, but then that removes most of the detail. Let's just double check it. Let's double check. Rather than saying what I think is going to happen, just do it and see what happens. I would say that's pretty much in the middle of that. And then get rid of that, get rid of that. Yeah, the gaps there actually do kind of suck, if I'm honest. Wait. I'd rather have one too many than not have enough. Yeah, that's it. Brilliant. Looks great. Yeah, it's looking alright so far. And that's the light I want to try and get rid of. So if I do this... then that. Then what I can try and do, and this was the plan since about 5 minutes ago, is essentially connect that to there, but of course it's not long enough. But if I still try and aim in this direction, I'm hoping it's going to still be in the right trajectory, which clearly not. I was on default mode, that's why. Then to there. I'm hoping now it'll be like one straight line. Yes. Except I don't want you to go up to there, I think. I want you to come down a little bit further. I think I want you to come down to here. In fact, no. I actually want you to come down to somewhere like here, right? I know this is currently on the rail, but just so I can get a rough understanding of what I'm trying to do. Oh, we've got the nice little sky as well. That's beautiful. That is roughly what I want to try and do, yes. I think then for the actual bridge part itself, I want to try and come out like this. Yeah. Okay. That's not bad. No. I was trying to think of something there, but I don't think that would necessarily work. So where would I actually want you to come out to? I don't know, really. Where would it make sense for it to go? I really don't know. See, this is the reason why I kind of gave up with the last bridge. Or maybe what I should try and do is build something like this on that side, then continue you to where you were before, but this time somewhere a bit further out over here, maybe? If I was to build it to here, though, it would still line up. Let me try. I know this is what I had before, then I got rid of it, but I want to try it again. Sometimes you never know until you actually finish it if it's going to look good or not. That's my excuse for wanting to do an experiment. So that would then come to there. Then what I could do is this. I don't know what this actually adds to the build, but maybe it adds something. Let's see. No. It still needs more. Let me just search up a bridge. Apparently. No, not bridge with hands. What was it called? Braided cable. The letter C on my keyboard doesn't work, by the way. It's just really good fun. It does, so you just have to keep spamming it. Okay. I've got a concept image. Which means bugger all to me, because I normally look at a concept image and then do the exact opposite. Is that the one in Wales? I don't know. So I see what I've done. What I've done is I've made something that's really crap. Also what I've done is I've started this a little bit too high up. So you need to start here. And preferably come down to somewhere around here. I have to try and get some power up there, don't I? Come on. I can't connect to it, but I know that it's there somewhere. Oh, it's actually inside the wall? Yeah. I forgot that I actually hide my power cables. It's a good thing though, it's honestly a good thing. There we go. I wouldn't even say that you're even in the middle. No. It's fine, I don't think I want it there anyway, if I'm honest. I'm really making this more difficult for myself. Which I don't really massively care about as long as it looks nice by the end. I don't mind this idea though, being on the bridge. Only on this particular part of the bridge though. The right level. You are the right level. Brilliant. Let's go. Okay, you decided to just place where you wanted to be. That's fine. I did not click there. That's okay. Thank you. One more maybe. Nope. There we go. Oh, we've got no power. We've got tons of power now. There we go. That helps. Lovely. Okay. Okay. I know what I want to try to do. I just don't know if I have the strength to do it. Okay, something else that I could try here is find the middle point, which I would say is pretty much here. Isn't too hard for myself building. Yeah. Pretty much. I have got an idea. The actual cable thing is going to bend a little bit, but I think it should be okay. I'm going to try and... That's the middle, isn't it, actually? Wait. What if I did something like this? How would that look? Maybe make them a little bit less common. Yes. Okay. I'm still going to leave a one gap now, just so it's a lot easier for me to get the distance right. There we go. Now what I can do is see how far out I have to try and come. So let's go, if this is the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that number 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's come out by 9. Start from somewhere there. Aim towards the very middle. Grab it again. Aim towards the very middle. There we go. Now what I want to try is this. No, not that. Where is it? There we go. 2 gap there, a 2 gap here, and a 2 gap there. Okay, I'm actually starting to do something. No one act too surprised, but I might actually get something done today. then you're now going to end here. Yeah. It might honestly be a Christmas miracle. I might actually get something done. I don't know how it's going to look, but getting it done we are. Getting it done we are. Sorry. It's just disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. What I'll do is just leave that like that. Do you just not want to, like, I don't know, play along? I selected the wrong merge, that's fine, that's actually on me. It's pretty good. It looks, well, I don't know. It looks fine. It looks very annoyingly average, the amount of time that I've spent on this. I don't know what I was expecting it to look like, but, yeah. The biggest wasp has just entered my room. Hi, buddy. Aw, little waspy. How adorable. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it stings me, it's just gonna wish it was dead. But yeah, that's cute. Oh, there's more. In English, we'll say, shit. Why I just realized I'm apparently sitting in a room infested with wasps. Okay, I'm not allergic or anything. So, you know what? We'll just continue. It's fine. You'll probably be notified if I get stung, because I'll probably scream like a little girl, but yeah. So now all I'm going to try and do is just build you out like this. How does this look like, by the way? Oh, it looks nice in here. I like this. Can you see how it bends? I actually quite like that. Yeah. You hate wasps? Yeah, they're not really my favourite. Oh dear. Oh well. I would panic, I just can't really be asked. Okay. Reform you into there. Then there. This is a pretty big moment. I mean, this is where we actually see if it's going to look good or not. With both of these cables in place. Again, one's sincerely hoping that it looks alright, but let's see. Players in the way. I think you'll find I'm about a meter away. Right, now you lot just connect up, don't you? What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think this is going to work? Do you think it's going to look nice? Honest thoughts only. Unless it's negative, then bake your opinions. No. It's okay. Again, low expectations. I can't imagine it. It looks dreadful. I really hope not, at least. You think so? Yeah, I mean, again, my first bridge, if you guys ever saw it, it was dreadful. It was so bad. So anything better than that for me, I'd be happy with. Right. You're bent. You're non-existent. And you're bent. You're bent. You're fine. You're bent. We've got a couple bendy ones, which is fine. For the most part, I would say this is a success. I am going to have to build it on the other side just to make sure that it definitely is a success. What time is it? Yeah, we got time. Let's just try and get rid of the bendy imposters. How's that? Better. There's a time and a place for a bendy shape. This is not the time nor the place. Even though I am just building one massive bendy shape now that I'm thinking about it. Everything else here good. Yeah. Just this one that's a bit off. I want you to imagine that you're a train. Coming through this. What would it feel like? Would it feel good? I think so. It still looks a bit bent. You're still definitely bent. That looks better to me. I haven't seen people do this design before. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what I'm going with. And again, it's all bent, so it's quite difficult to try and design something that isn't actually straight. I would say it's definitely a bit of a challenge. I don't know if it looks intentionally a bit off, or if it is actually off. These I can see now these lines are lining up. Except for you two. Right, so one of you is actually a bit off. I'd say it's maybe you. If I was to place you in there, I think that has solved that problem there. Beautiful. That looks good now. That looks good now. That looks good. Okay, so I think we've actually done this. Okay. And for this side, I'm actually going to do something that's a lot simpler. First of all, can I help you? How are you going to get down? Should I try and help you out? You won't use that, will you? How are you, buddy? Gonna smile for the camera? 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Thank you, that's what I wanted. It's always nice getting to know the locals. They're a good bunch, they're a good bunch. Right, so the problem now is I've actually got nothing to attach to this. Unless I continue this idea. Which I wasn't really planning to, but... if I was to continue it... like so. I could now, in theory, attach you to this. Which could be pretty nice. And maybe build some sort of structure over here as well. So here's the plan. Again, we'll go with this idea. We start here. Yeah. I probably only want you to come out to around about there, if I'm honest. Make sure that we're starting in the right position. Right here. Yes. Straight down. Again, no idea how this is going to actually look. But in my mind, this makes sense. So never let me have any sort of imagination whatsoever, because I'm going to end up with little stupid ideas like that. That was really bad. That's probably the worst thing I've done in my life. I feel like I have to write an apology video talking a bit more about that. That was that bad. Problem now is, if I was to replicate what I've done over on this side, it's gonna just end up going straight through there now, isn't it? How far back was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Including that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, definitely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I think it might just... Yeah, that's annoying. Let's see. Let's see. If it just about misses it, I'll be very happy. I might even smile. I might even smile. It does miss it. I'm not going to smile, I lied. But that's good though. So what I'm going to try and do is replicate what I've done in this corner over on that side. And the exact same... Oh, wait. I have not left enough room on this side, have I? There's no way that I've left enough room. There's always something with me, isn't there? There's always a little something that I do annoyingly that ends up just being annoying forever. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that was going to be that. There we go. Another module. I would do, but then it wouldn't look symmetrical, which might end up looking a little bit weird. It's a good idea. I did actually, like, wonder that myself as well. We just stand back here a little bit. You know what? This actually looks really nice. Again, in comparison to what we had before, this is starting to look like an actual bridge. The one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is that I've left a little bit too much room here in the middle, which is good that I did. If I made this, let's say, 11 long, first of all, that would have collided with that, and second of all, we would not have had enough room here. So I think we've actually made the right call, believe it or not. Which is nice. Let's see. So I need roughly 18 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There is enough room. Why did I extend that out that far even though I knew it was going to go in that direction? I am a very unique individual. Not in a good way either. I knew it was going to come up to here. And I still yeeted it over there, for whatever reason. One, two, three. I don't know why I'm counting. I think you guys have the ability to count. Yeah. Okay. So I think this will actually fit. Yes, I know I've spent the last hour building a bridge. Yeah, it must have been. I looked at my the stream length. It was 1 hour and 47 minutes into the stream, where I was literally in this position right here trying to figure out what to do with my train. So we easily spent a good hour demolishing everything that we built before, then rebuilding a bridge. Thumbnail time. Such a chaotic image. I love it. Oh, okay then, sure. Thank you. From the bird's eye view, in fact, you know what? Let's just go as far back as I can and just get a bit more of a better image of this English wow. I'm laughing because I actually quite like it. I think the design's actually, yeah, it's alright. Yeah. Okay. It's not dumb. It is not dumb. But I would say where we've left off isn't too bad. I would say it's alright. Let's just get a very final little look of this factory from the inside. See what we've actually managed to get done today. So, we've got the train coming in over there, which looks like a train. The build parts of it in the blueprint designer, I probably could have, but I'm so far into it now, I might as well just commit without the blueprint designer. Got that smile? Yeah, it was, yeah. I like it when a plan comes together. I do realize that what did I title? Actually, no, that's good. I thought I titled the stream Continuing the Factory, like what I've titled the last couple of days, when I didn't actually do anything to do with the factory. But no, the title of it is something to do with trains, and we did do a massive bit today with trains, so not misleading. I don't intentionally do misleading titles, by the way, but sometimes I get carried away, and again, viewers of the channel know this, I get carried away very easily. Because the problem is, when I think of something, I have to do it. If I don't do it, either I'll forget, or I might not get the motivation later on to do it. Fuck you. Did you just see it there on the webcam? Did you just see it there on the webcam? The thing just... Rewind the stream 5 seconds, you would have seen the wasp fly over the webcam. Sorry, I got kamikazed. Yes, I think I should probably sort out my little wasp infestation in my office. And... Yep. Thank you everyone for watching. It was about the end of the stream anyway, to be honest. But thank you very much everyone for watching. I am live again tomorrow, so if you guys enjoyed it, then feel free to subscribe and stick around. I'm gonna go declare war on wasps and see how it goes, see how we win. Let you guys know if I die. Fingers crossed? No. But yeah, see you guys all again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, as I will try. And as always, Godspeed. Cheerio.